I'm Cara Nicoletti, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an Italian white bean and kale stew that also includes our Bubbe's chicken soup sausage. The obvious choice for this, and the recipe that's on the inside of our packaging, is like a classic chicken soup. But the truth is, it really works for anything that you're using a mirepoix with, which is carrot, celery, onion. We're gonna use it for a different kind of soup today, and it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna use carrot, celery, onion, garlic cloves. I'm using dried white beans, they're cannellinis that I soaked overnight. And then chicken stock, some canned crushed tomatoes, some chili flake, and then I'm gonna put parm rind in it, kale, and our Seemore Bubbe's chicken soup sausage. The first thing I'm gonna do is just prepare all of the vegetables that are gonna go in. And then that's really the only thing you have to do for this recipe besides wait. So I'm gonna peel the carrots and dice them pretty finely. Keep going over them until they're pretty finely minced to the same size. You could totally achieve the same thing very quickly in a food processor, but we're stuck at home. Might as well do it. No, we're safe at home. I'm not stuck at home. This celery that has been crying out for help in my fridge, dying to be used. It's on its last leg. I'm gonna cut the butts off. And again, just bundle them and start slicing. Now we're gonna do the onion. On the garlic, we're just going to slice it thinly. First, I'm gonna cook the Seemore sausages in the Dutch oven. I'm just gonna get them really brown, get those brown bits on the bottom of the pan before I add the vegetables. I'll take the sausages out after I brown them, and then we'll add them back in later. If you look inside, you can see the mirepoix, your carrot, celery, onion, and you see dill in there too, and parsley. Now I'm gonna heat up my Dutch oven and add a big, generous glug of olive oil. I'm using my beautiful new Great Jones Duchess pot. Oh, but there's bread in. Once the sausages are brown and they've left some brown bits on the bottom of the pan, we're gonna take them out, and then we're going to use the same pan with all of those brown bits to sweat out our vegetables. The reason I'm taking them out while the rest of the stuff cooks is that this soup is gonna simmer for 1 to 3 hours, and I just don't want the chicken sausage, since it's already cooked to begin with, to get like rubbery. You can see the brown stuff forming there, and that's all the flavor. Yeah, it's like a nice roast chicken base. The vegetables are in and they're sweating. I'm going to add a nice pinch of chili flake to get it kind of toasting in the oil, because I want my soup to be a little bit spicy. Optional, but recommended. So we're gonna sweat these down, and then once they're a little before tender, we're gonna add a little bit of the chicken stock and scrape some of these brown bits off to start building our broth. Didn't include this in the ingredients before, but I'm gonna deglaze some of the brown bits with a little bit of red wine vinegar just to build some acid into the base. And then simmer that for a second, and then add the rest of the chicken stock and the beans and the kale and the tomatoes. Adding the beans, these have been soaked overnight, but again, you can use canned, already cooked beans. Just make sure you adjust your salt, because they will be salted. We're gonna simmer this for about an hour and then check it. While that is simmering, we are going to destem the kale. I'm using curly kale because it's what I had. You can also use dino kale. You could also use spinach, any kind of green you want. This is gonna need more time than something like spinach would need. I'm gonna add it about an hour in. So this has come up to a boil. So we're gonna lower the heat to a simmer and then put the lid back on askew, like that. We're gonna let it simmer for about an hour. The soup has been going for about an hour. The beans are almost there. They're like still a little bit starchy, but they're getting tender. So I'm gonna rough cut this a little bit, and we're gonna add it in. And now we're gonna add the sausages back in, and we're gonna cook it for about another hour. That's that. That is an Italian white bean and kale soup using Seemore's Bubbe chicken soup sausage. We'll put the recipe on the website. Make sure you're tagging us if you're making them. We love seeing it. Bye.